Well, hello there, fellow geeks and geekettes, and welcome to yet another video. So it seems that the life and situation in Disney Lucasfilm really does reflect the Star Wars universe, in that it seems to me that there's a constant war between the light side and the dark side of the Force. First, we got the Disney trilogy, which was an abomination and a complete destruction of anything new that would come out of Lucasfilm. Then we've got Mandalorian, which was a complete opposite, and it brought all the fans together as the Force does. It surrounds us, it penetrates us, it binds everything together. And then the High Republic came, and a lot of writers and spokespeople that are connected with the High Republic they have really been revealed to be extremist and racist on the internet towards fans. And then Gina Carano was fired. But on the other hand, Gina Carano was fired, but she got up on her own feet and is actually better off right now. And now it seems that George Lucas is going to write some more Star Wars tales for Lucasfilm, Disney Lucasfilm, and it is concerned with the prequel TV show to the Rogue One, A Star Wars Story, which was actually one of the better new Star Wars films, and it's going to be about Andor, the Cassian Andor, a completely bland character who is not worth remembering in my eyes. But who knows? It's going to be at least 2 episodes are going to be written by George Lucas, so that might mean something. And the last time, as the article says, George Lucas was involved actively in anything that had anything to do with Star Wars. He was involved in the Clone Wars, and he worked on Clone Wars with Dave Filoni, and who is now the executive producer of Jon Favreau's The Mandalorian. And I know this is bittersweet, and it is a double-edged sword. The situation with George Lucas is that he, of course, sold his company, Lucasfilm, to Disney for, I think, $4 billion. And, well, that's a lot of money. But he had scripts for 3 new films, which were supposed to be the Disney trilogy, and the Disney Lucasfilm and the higher-ups and the executives and Kathleen Kennedy, they all promised that they could and would consider using his scripts and his material. They bought those scripts from him, but then, of course, they completely and absolutely ignored it. If you want me to make a video on that, I will gladly do it, because what George Lucas intended to do with the sequel trilogy sounds so bloody interesting and so bloody sci-fi Star Wars-ish that I would love to see that instead of the abomination called the Disney trilogy. And that is when George Lucas got very, very sad and very, very angry, and he absolutely and completely broke up with Disney Lucasfilm, which is understandable. So I would say now, George, just tell them to go fuck themselves. But on the other hand, Star Wars is your child. You gave us Star Wars, George. We love you. And don't listen to anybody who is bitching about you, George Lucas. Don't listen to anybody who is bitching about the prequel trilogy, because the prequel trilogy is as iconic and as important for many people as the original trilogy. At least definitely for me. I grew up watching all the 6 films. The Phantom Menace was the first film I ever saw in cinemas. I love Jar Jar Binks. Episodes 1 through 6 are my life, basically. As well as the old canon, nowadays called The Legends, and The Clone Wars, and The Mandalorian. So, whatever they say, George, fuck them. So, that's why I can understand George Lucas wanting to be involved in making more Star Wars, because it is his life. George Lucas gave us Star Wars. George Lucas is Star Wars. Disney has raped Star Wars. Disney has destroyed the new Star Wars. They will never destroy the good old Star Wars that was created by George Lucas. But Disney are very mean people that are, well, just, the representatives of the dark side of the Force. So I do understand both. I would understand if George Lucas would never, ever, ever want to have anything to do with Lucasfilm again. Ironically, since the company bears his name. But at the same time, I do absolutely 100% understand him wanting to be involved in Star Wars again and writing some stories, writing some scripts, even if it is for the Andor TV show, because it's his. George Lucas is Star Wars. And I said that I would boycott everything that would be shut out of Disney Lucasfilm in the future. But something written by George Lucas, I will most certainly check it out. So, what do you think, my friends? Do you agree with me, or does your opinion differ in any way? Let me know in the comments down below. I do respond to each and every comment because I do enjoy interacting with other fellow Star Wars fans. And please, because YouTube is not very fond of free speech-oriented people such as I am, help me defeat the algorithm and hit that like button or dislike button if you didn't like the video, and subscribe to this unimportant channel of an unimportant geek talking about unimportant things if you haven't done so already, and hit that notification bell. And that would be all from me. Thank you very much for watching. See you very soon, and remember, whoever you are, may the Force be with you.